Hi everybody, I'm so excited to be here today because we've got a lot of information that I want to give you on the new product that Tamara has brought to us, and I gotta tell you, I was going to do one card and show it to you and go on about my merry way, and the more I worked with it, the more I liked it. The more I liked it, the more I thought, you really need to understand what this is, because if you are not a big card maker, if you've done scrapbooking but you've used regular cardstock and you're not familiar with the shimmer paper, this is kind of a special thing. So I'm gonna tell you what I know and what my experiences have been, and let's see if we can't get you to use this, because it's great stuff. First of all, people ask you, okay, now let me see, there's shimmer paper and there's a metallic paper and there's this pearlescent paper, and I don't know which one you're talking about. I'm talking about the same thing. They all are papers that are infused with mica, and mica makes the shimmer in the color, in the mixture as this is being made, and all three of those are exactly the same thing by definition. Now, you may find one company that adds a lot more of something to their paper, and so it looks a little bit different than what I'm looking at. But I will tell you that this is, for me, a very high quality paper, because I've cut it, torn it, crimped it, scored it. I've done everything to do with it. It's a little bit heavy for scoring. I would not use this as an overall cover paper, not because it's anything except a little bit heavy. You know, we talked about somebody pulled 100-pound paper from one of the stores and they weren't very happy with it because it had some issues. Well, this is more than 80 pounds, which is what our normal cardstock is that we buy from Tamara all the time. So I want you to be aware of that. This could be, you could take black cardstock from the regular line, artisan, and you could cover your mini album, whatever you're doing, in that paper, and then you could take, if you wanted to stay with the black, you could even take the black shimmer, and I'm gonna hope that I can get some, there you can see it, the shimmer in that is just, this is beautiful. One of the reasons I'm so fond of this is, a lot of times when I buy shimmer papers, I find that if I get a different manufacturer, that the colors are really not even close to being the same. The main color that I notice this in is white. White has a tendency to either be very yellow or very white. So I'm going to tell you that I bought the light silver because I had not, I looked at the thing and I didn't see white. So wait just a minute, I'm looking at her selection and she doesn't have it. Light silver is going to give you everything in a white cardstock that you really will need. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not a big silver fan, so it was a little bit of a jump for me to purchase silver. But this is not metallic-y at silver, you know, like your ring would be or your bracelet would be. Or the best example of that is glitter paper. You know, glitter paper in silver sometimes is just totally overbearing, but not in this. This is really beautiful. Now, I don't know what the dark silver looks like, but I'm telling you, this one's gorgeous. So we're going to do that. So now I'm going to show you the colors, and I'm going to tell you what I purchased, excuse me for that. I've got hiccups. This is black. This is gold. This is light silver. This color, I don't know. I'm a real pink person, but I gotta tell you, this is caramel or caramel, however you choose to say. It is absolutely elegant. I love it. And I have used it on a small piece today to show you. And my desk is just gonna fall into the floor in 5 minutes. I'm sorry if I made a mess. Now, this is the one color that I had that was my favorite, and it's why I could not wait to order. And this is the pink, and it is the softest, most beautiful pink, and I like this color because it goes with red and with pink and with hot pink, and it is called blush. It's gorgeous. Now, the other color that I ordered is this one, and this is called Shimmer Rose. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I would call this really almost a soft apricot. It is not pink. It is if you put it upside the other color. It looks peachy, and it almost looks to the side of apricot peach. Now, let me show you. This is just a little something I had working around here, and I'm going to slide that down in there. Can you see the? Probably not. But you can see when I put it up next to pink, it kind of fades away. But I'm going to tell you what, I will order this always because this is the most beautiful neutral color I have ever seen to be called that. It's gorgeous. This will be my pink and my blush all in one. And of course the other colors are, you know, you have to have the basics to work with. Okay, so we know now that this is heavier than the normal cardstock. We know that it is available to us in 12 by 12, and I believe this is what, $1.57? No, it's an even number. Let me see if my invoice will tell us how much it is. Well, no, it won't. But that's okay. Now I'm going to tell you a couple of other things. First of all, I have used this to print wedding invitations on before, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, I will tell you that the company that I go to for information on this type of product, because if I have a problem and it shreds on me, or something's wrong, is that my fault or the paper's fault? Well, I call them and talk to them because they are really in the know and they've done all the studies. They tell me that they recommend printing on this with a laser printer because the color is sharper. It is dry when it comes out of the laser printer. It is more defined on the paper, and it doesn't run. Then they all say that, well, let's just say this, if you can't buy a laser printer, which by the way, I'm going to tell you, laser printers that are used that have been refabricated are not that expensive. I have one of the best printers I've ever had in my life. I've only had it about a year. It is a refurbished laser printer, and I paid $50 for it. Fellow worked on them out of his house. Absolutely gorgeous. So that's what I use to do the wedding invitations are. But this company recommends the Canon, now guys, I don't know, 1X7000. It retails for about $199, and I know that Canons make really good printers. And I know that Sally she did a video presentation one time on the Canon printers, and a lot of people bought it after that. Try that and see if it will work for you, and see if that's going to be, kind of a go-to for you. Okay, so we've talked about what it's made out of and all this other stuff. So now let's talk about what we can do with this paper. Why do I use this? Because I love the soft, subtle shimmer. Glitter paper sometimes is a little bit too much for people. It's just kind of like, whoa, but I also find it gives me an elegance to the project that I'm working with. Now I'm going to show you a couple of basic little things, and then I have a little project for you to try at home. And this will surprise you. This is black shimmer, and this is a cupcake holder. See where the little cut is right there? You just slide that in there. And well, if I had a brain cell and I could hold this right for you so you could see. Isn't that cute? Now see the intricate work that's been done on that? Forward, Karen, let's get it together here. See the intricate cuts that's made on that? That's a die. And this paper is a little heavier. So here we go. We've got a new technique. We've got a heavier cardstock than we are normally accustomed to. And we're going to cut this. How did I cut this? Are you ready? Joy. It's over here on my left, and it cuts. Now, I will tell you that when you fill your cardstock when you get it in. The shimmer paper, and I believe this is it. Yeah. The silver and the caramel are a little bit heavier in weight, and by being a little bit heavier, don't even think about going through one time. Put your fine, brand new blade in there, and when it asks you how you want to do this, you say 2 run-throughs. Now, if you're doing a very, very intricate thing, you can't always do that. So what I did was I did 2 run-throughs. It came back. It wanted me to take it back. I wouldn't take it out. I left it absolutely alone in there. And I hit 2 run-throughs again and got a beautiful cut. So that's just an idea for you. Now, this is another cut that I did. This is easy peasy. This is not with the laser printer or the die cut machine, but this is with, now I've done 2, so let's see if I can get this on the black so you can see that so you have a better view. These are embossing folder cutter die cuts. Do you know what that is? Okay, I'm going to tell you. If you don't, if you're not big in the world of die cuts, and I think that's the only world that exists for me sometimes, these have the little wire, the metal rims in them, and as you press your paper into your folder, it also cuts. And this is a beautiful piece when it's put together. Now, I'm going to bring this up to the camera and I'm going to show you something. This piece on my left, your right probably, is cut from our new paper. And gee, I just made a little thing there, sorry. And this is cut from regular cardstock. Now, can you see the shimmer in this one on right here? And no shimmer in this one? And here's what I'm going to tell you. When you have just that little bit of extra in your cardstock and you're doing a really pretty card or a beautiful folder, or you want a wonderful flip-flop or something inside one of your books, I'm going to tell you that this is going to A, hold up because of the weight of the paper, and B, it is an eye catcher because it's just gorgeous. You can tell by looking at those 2 pieces of paper together, even though they're the very same color, one was shimmer, one was not. So there's another reason for you to try this product. Now I'm going to show you a really simple little project that I did, and that was my friend Pam and I have gotten into, we decided we like JJ's. Now, JJ's are junk journals, and that means you just sit down and you just put whatever you want to it. But I have to refine everything I do. I'm absolutely crazy about this. So I thought, well, I'm going to make some JJ cards and see if I can't make some cute things to send off. So this is just a cardstock. And by the way, this edging is what was left over after I used my caramel. I took a die and I cut the background. And I'm going to bring it up slowly so the camera will focus. Can you see just how the touch of that on the edge of the card and just a touch of it in the center of the card with the little children? It just makes that whole antique kind of picture just pop right off the screen. I mean, it's just so pretty because it's really, really, I don't know. It's just pretty. It's decorative. It's dimensional is the word that won't come to my mouth, but I love the dimension that it gives you. Now I'm going to stop for just a minute and I'm going to show you something. There are different ways to work with this product, and one of the ways, and this is not my doing, I need to tell you that right off the bat. This is by a company run by a woman that I think pretty swell. She does really pretty work. This is her, I think it is. Yeah, this is hers. This is her shimmer paper, and this is gold on top of it. Now, you know, we all got gold crazy for a while, and I guess I stamped and I embossed. I did everything else with gold. But gee, that makes that pretty. And see, they both shine, and the shimmer is a softer shine than the gold metallic. The printing on there, so it's kind of twice as pretty. So anyway, that is another example of how this works. Now let me show you this. This is everybody needs a guy card, and this is my groom. These are fabric ribbon, and oh, that one came off. He has a tie, it's a fold, and this just goes from the, you know, this is like a top opening thing. His vest is of the black shimmer. Now hang with me just a minute. I'm going to bring it up. Can you see? Is it going to show? Yeah, there it is. If you did this card in black and white shimmer and then use that really pretty caramel It'd be gorgeous. I had some black that I was using and I cut it and I thought, oh, I'm just going to try and see if that works. I'm glad I did, but now if I use this for anything very important, in other words, if I was going to do groom's invitations to a groom's party or anything of that nature, I'd do it all in the shimmer paper because the festivities denote that you do that kind of thing. Now let me show you. These are what I was trying to find a while ago and I never could find. This is by a company we all know from Australia and love it because they make one of the best die cut machines ever. And she's so energetic and happy. Now I'm going to unfold this and you're going to see that this is the embossing folder. This is the embossing side, that's the debossing side, and these are the cuts right here. Now one of the reasons I like hers is because this white area is a little bit of it's not like cardstock because it's a little tiny bit softer than that, but it's almost like a little foam. So what happens is when you cut that, it protects it so well that it doesn't rip the sides of your paper. Now, this is another one. Now I'm going to tell you another thing. Because this paper is heavier, and I'm standing over there going, well, what in the world is wrong with my machine? It won't work. Duh. This is a die cut, so it must have the additional pressure of the die that you're using, A, and B, you're going to have to run it through 2 times. Don't run it through till you're just cranking and cranking and cranking. That ruins your machine. You don't have to do that. If you just put if you put a sharp edge, and I'm going to tell you some die cuts are not sharp edge, they lack, seriously. So if you put a sharp edge die in there and you've got the piece of paper in that you want and you've got this, you've already got a lot of thickness, but run it through twice and don't tear your machine up doing it. Just be gentle enough to know, oh, I can do that again if I'm careful with my machine. Now I'm going to show you another little something that I thought was really pretty. And this is, I'm not much, I told you I wasn't big on scrapbook as much as I am cards, but oh God, I love both of them. Who am I kidding? Let me see if I can get this down here just a little bit. If you recognize the paper, well, the whole world fell off. This is French Country by Graphics 45. It is not a new paper by any means. It's older. I just happen to have fallen in love with it, and so I bought quite a bit. I've saved it. I've used it. I've given it away 100 times. This is a little Doris embossing folder. It is a flower that almost looks like the sunflower, and I could not wait not to do that. And I got in there and I thought, oh, that's got gold in it. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to do it this way so you can see it with both papers. Bring it back so you can see. Can you see how the shimmer on that paper really adds to the body and it gives this, for me, it makes all this look like it's getting ready to pop out. And this is so much texture. It's just perfect together for me. I love that. So that gold that normally I'd put all over everything else, I have found a way to use it in an everyday thing. I can just see this as a pocket inside this with maybe a little red trim around the outside edges and then going forward. Just another idea, another way for you to use it if you like it as a really pretty accent. Now I'm going to pull you away just a minute so that we're not, well, you'd think after a while I'd learn, wouldn't you? Okay, now we're going to move this off to the side, and I'm going to give you 2 more ideas in cards. Now, I made cards because they're easier for me to do fast, and they're pretty good for me to do to show you the product that I'm trying to introduce if you don't know it. This is no big deal. It's just you and me, so here's the deal. I love glitter, and I love metallic, and I love shimmer. So I'm going to put that on everything that I possibly can if it's appropriate. Now, I'm not saying that I'm always going to find the right color or whatever, but I know that I'll be on my hands and knees somewhere near Tamara at Christmas time because I can just see red and green used the same way. This is a little very, very, very inexpensive card. We're going to come back down to, I'm going to turn that door. We're going to come back down to it. Let me get the right thing. And we're going to talk about how just this die cut enhance this. This is, I'm trying to do this without naming stores. It's a big box store card with glitter on it, and you buy them. See, the front and the back are glitter. You buy them, and I believe there are 4 or 6 of each color of the glitter paper. Well, I thought that was really pretty. I like that. This is a glitter fabric. So it's got, if you don't buy a pair of leather shoes, you buy a pair of, like, they call it handmade leather or vegan leather. But on the back of that is kind of a woven fabric. And that is kind of what that is. I buy it, I buy a little roll of it. And I think it's like, I don't know, $5, $6, $8, but it gives you a lot. Anyway, so I like that on top of that, and I didn't want to lift this card too high because I knew my little die right here was going to be it. So what did I do? I lifted that die cut that is in the rose color because I thought it was so pretty. Let me put this behind it. It'll give you a better idea. So pretty by bringing the colors all together, yes. But when you've got shimmer, 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 and you put that really soft shimmer in the middle of all of it, it just makes it go up another level. And it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So that's just a little card. The die cut is, I think yes, I did. See the little shell right here? Well, there's another one right here. But I cut it off because since I used a bird cage, I wanted this to have a bird cage appearance. So I just took that thing off the bottom so that it would be approximately the same thing. I bet you that card didn't cost me $2 to make. Okay, my next and favorite card is this. I wanted to show you how decorative that you could really get with whatever you wanted to do. Let's pull her up. Okay, this is the rose, what did I say it was called? Dusty Rose? No. Blush. Sorry. I had a moment there. Blush. Let's turn this over onto the blush so that we'll have that. There we go. That gives it a more feminine impression. So I'm going to tell you everything that's on this. This is the blush. This is the silver. Light silver. This is one of these cards. Remember I told you they came in all different colors? The glitter paper comes in all different colors. Well, this one is white and no, this one's pink and this one's yellow. But they both were supposed to be white. Then this is, there's a die cut all the way around here. Well, I've softened so that this is enhanced by the glitter, but it kind of pops it out a little bit, but it doesn't make it just absolutely nauseating when you look at it, because you know you can get just too much. I always say with 3 colors no more, because if I possibly can, because I think that also ruins it. Okay, so what we have are groups of roses, 1, 2, and 3, and I'm a 3 girl, so I did 1, 2, and 3 odd things, and my little doll is porcelain, and my silk ribbon, this is silk from, I go over to Glenda's stash every once in a while next door and steal her stuff because she uses real silk. So that's bias cut silk. Now this card will go, it says in every woman there is a queen, and this could not be truer for anyone than my husband's aunt, and she's a hun. She's 99, and this will be her Mother's Day card. So I'm going to finish that one for her. So there you have how many different little projects to do, but I've got one for the children, and I hope you like this one because this is my favorite thing, I think, of everything that's on the table. I have used a white envelope. Let's move us up a little bit more so that we can get the whole view here. Okay, I've used a very white, A very inexpensive white envelope, and the card comes inside that plain Jane. Nothing to it. I embossed this, and this is a different color. Sorry about that, guys. But this came from someone else. But it's no secret that I'm the paper shopper of the world. So I'm trying to... Now, do you see how my corners are turned, are cut on the edge? Right here. I did that on purpose, and I'm just going to draw a line. There, 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 there. And of course, you're going to want them a little more even than I did them, but that's okay, because here's what we are doing. We have a children's birthday party, and we want to do something special, so the children will enjoy the birthday party, but they'll have something to go home with. So I'm going to pretend that this is the little girl next door, and this is what the little girl next door looks like. Okay? Now you can take a photo and run it through your printer while the kids are all outside looking at the magic act, and you have given them, tell them to bring their invitation with them, cut those corners off, and then slit this corner to match all the way around, and make that a picture that you can send home with the child with all her sugary treats and fun stuff that she won at the birthday party. And that's comes back with her and goes back to mom, so mom can put that on the dresser. Now, these are the invitations that will go inside that, and on the back you can either cut 2 of these and attach them at the little top knot, or you can cut one and use a stamp on the back that says birthday party 6 o'clock. And I have done these like little clown hats. Clowns don't scare me, so now I'm going to tell you, this is one of those late night television programs, and I'm watching it, and this girl comes on and she has a die, and it's a pizza, and I thought, who in the world wants a pizza die? Well, I obviously did, because about the time she did that, she brought in this party hat thing and showed it, and I thought, oh, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen, and I want to do that because I just love the fact that that's a party hat. Well, you can see that each one of these is just a little bit different, but that's a keepsake to go with that picture that you're going to send home to mom. Now, you can have the little bitty one if you want it, and it has a little scalloped edge around the bottom, and if you don't want to do the big one for each child, you could do this one and just simply put it off to the side of the picture in the invitation envelope. Now, these are the invitations, and this is the party favor. I think that's a kind of a cute idea. We don't do enough little things that are good remembrances. Sometimes we have to go back and stage photo shoots around here. I don't know if you're that way, but oh, everybody go back outside. We forgot to have Aiden pick up an egg or something, so we wind up doing that. One more, and I'm going to leave you alone, and you don't have to watch me. Up. Except I'm doing this one on the floor, obviously. Where'd he go? I love black. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I should have showed you this with the tuxedo a while ago. But this is also an embossing folder. This is not a cut and emboss. This is just an embossing folder. And this is also from my company in Australia, or Oz as we used to say. But isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to tell you something. I embossed this in black, and I dry brushed it in white. No, silver, and sent it in a black tie invitation card. Had I had black shimmer, I would have used this. You see how pretty that is? And here's what I noticed when I did this one. Each emboss, each deboss shows up twice as much in this gorgeous paper. Now, I'm hoping that this black turns out really good for you and that you can see that. And the reason I am is because black never shows for me. I can show something in black till the cows come home, and it just doesn't work. But I found a while ago, as I was typing a little bit and then going back and watching and see, it did work for me. So here's what we have. We have birthday party invitations in the shape of hats. Let me get this thing back up here so you don't have to see all of it at once, so you can see all of it at once. So we've got a little birthday invitation. We have a birthday party favor that goes home with each child. We have pretty cards that we will make for Mother's Day and Father's Day and gifts for the family, and just because we want to sit down and do something because we're bored and we hadn't been outdoors in a long time. Soon to change. I'm hearing good news. Soon to change. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you. I hope you learned a little bit about the product, and I hope you go buy. So, because this is wonderful stuff. It really does. If you look, there's just nothing like just a little bit of the shimmer from the mica and the gloss that the whole product gives out. Y'all have a good day. Be safe. Wear a mask if you're going outside, and for goodness sakes, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.